His very first film, Vanilla Kabaddi Kuru, that came out in 2009, won him critical acclaim. Later in 2012 came Neer Paravai that earned him Saima nomination for Best Actor. From being a star cricketer to an actor to a producer right now, Vishnu Vishal has come a long way in less than a decade. TNM is here today with the actor to talk about his upcoming release for this year. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
We'll start with your upcoming film. Tell us about your role. How did you prepare for it?
So Ratsasan is releasing on October 5th, a very important film in my career because the first time I'm playing an out and out cop, and my dad being a police officer, it was very close to my heart role. He's always wanted நான் வந்து எப்பவுமே ஒரு போலீஸாக பண்ணணுங்கிறது அவருக்கு பயங்கர ஆசை. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி குழுநெறி கூட்டம்லாம் வந்து படம் முடிகிற டைமில் போலீஸாக join ஆகிட்டேங்கிறதுலாம் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். But the first time, I'm wearing a uniform right from the beginning of the movie. So it was a very challenging character. ஏன்னா போலீஸாக இருந்தாலும் he is somebody who is not interested in this job. And out of some pressures of life, he joins this job. And he's actually like, ஏண்டா இந்த வேலைக்கு வந்தோம் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. But a series of killings happen and how he slowly gets involved into this job. So that is how the body language is. So it's not this cop body language. It's more of this, ரொம்ப யதார்த்தமா, very normal human being who's just investigating, and you will not probably even relate to him okay, ஒரு police officer inquire பண்றான் அப்படி இருக்கவே இருக்காது. You will relate probably when you look at him, you will see yourself in him. So that is the kind of body language, and it was actually difficult because most of the movies that we've seen have this template of this cop investigation body language, which even I was influenced by. So to break that and to get into this character wasn't easy, and I think Ram did a great job.
So you mentioned your father was a cop. Did you discuss the role with him?
Yeah, I spoke to him, so he told me on certain things. Then I told him, no, Pa, this character does not need certain I would say typical characteristics of a cop. So he's a little peculiar in his own way, and he's a little what do you say, கொஞ்சம் டவுட்டோட தான் இருப்பான் எல்லா இடத்துலையும். ஸோ ஒரு கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ், ஓகே நான் இன்றைக்கி இந்த விஷயத்துக்கு போனேன்னா நான் பண்ணிடுவேங்கிற ஒரு நம்பிக்கை எல்லா போலீஸ் ஆஃபீஸர் இருக்கும். இவனுக்கு இருக்காது. இவன் போலீஸாக இருந்தாலும் ஒரு போலீஸ் ஈஸியாக பண்ணுற விஷயமா கூட இவன் இதனால் என்னால் பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிற ஒரு ஆள் தான். ஆனால் ட்ரை பண்ணுவோங்கன்னு நினைக்கிற ஒரு ஆள். ஸோ கொஞ்சம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும்ப்பா அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். இதே இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்கே அப்படின்னாரு. ஸோ இட் வாஸ் I took certain inputs regarding the technical aspect of it. Like இந்த இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் நிறைய இருக்கும். ஸோ இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷனில் வந்து சில டெக்னிக்கல் ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ் we would have used. இந்த டெக்னிக்கல் ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ்லாம் கரெக்டாக இல்லை அது ஏதாவது தப்பாக இருக்கா அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரியான ஃபீட்பேக்லாம் எடுத்தேன். பட் இட் வாஸ் குவைட், டைரக்டர் had done a good research ன்னு சொல்லுவேன்.
Tell us about working with director Ram Kumar. You also worked with him in Mundasapatti, and this is a completely different genre. So how did that work out?
When you work with the director, you're giving your life in their hands, and because you trust them. And there are only few people that when you give your lives in their hands, you're like very relaxed, because they will treat you properly, they'll handle you properly. இல்லைனா கடைசி வரைக்கும் ஒரு சின்ன பதட்டம் இருக்கும், கரெக்டாக போயிட்டு இருக்கான்னு ஒரு டவுட் இருக்கும். அந்த விதத்தில் வந்து Ram is somebody who I'm very comfortable. I would any day in my life easily give him my life and say பார்த்துக்கோங்க என்ன அப்படிங்கிறது as an actor. So that is the comfort level which he gives me, and I think நம்பிக்கை வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியம் எங்கள் தொழிலில், and I believe him and trust him 200%, and I'm very very confident that this will be one of the best movies of my career. So back to back ராட்சசனுக்கு அப்புறம் முண்டாசப்பட்டிக்கு அப்புறம் ராட்சசன் with the same director gives you a lot of confidence and a lot of faith in Ram Kumar as a director, and I think he handled the entire movie brilliantly. கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் படம் பார்க்கும்போது தெரியும், வெரி டஃப் மூவி ஃபார் எனி டைரக்டர். அண்ட் இந்த கதை வந்து ஒரு ராம்குமார் ஒரு முண்டாசப்பட்டு எடுத்த ஒரு டைரக்டர்.
Are you going to give us a hint on who the Ratsasan in the film is?
If we tell you beforehand, then the whole point of watching the movie goes. I can just tell you that நீங்கள் இந்த ராட்சசன் யாருன்னு பார்க்குறதுக்கு போகும்போது ரொம்ப நேரம் உங்களுக்கு தெரியுறதுக்கு ராட்சசன் யாருன்னு. ஏன்னா அவ்வளோ நேரம் நாங்கள் ராட்சசன் காட்டவே மாட்டோம். ஆனால் you will definitely after a point of time want to know who he is. So that is, I think, the biggest what do you say, experience as an audience. When you talk about Ratsasan being a psycho killer, a lot of people immediately will get into their head it's going to be very gruesome, a lot of killing and cutting and whatnot is going to be there and a thought varum. But we took special care to make sure that the பயமோ பதட்டமோ அதே அளவுக்கு இருக்கணும். ஆனால் விஷுவல் வந்து அது காட்டக்கூடாது, அவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ராங்காக காமிக்கவே கூடாது. So that will be the biggest plus for this movie, because family audiences can come and watch. It will be more like a horror thriller மாதிரியான ஒரு பயம் இருக்கும். அதே சமயத்தில் மூஞ்சி, I mean your face, I don't want to watch this, அது இருக்காது.
Tell us about working with Amala Paul.
A very experienced actress. I don't even have to mention the the experience she has, and for me it was a great journey in this movie, right from the time I spoke to her on the phone narrating her the script, because the director was so hesitant and so shy that she didn't receive it properly, so I had to speak to her. And then she was kind of yeah it's nice, I don't know why I wasn't able to receive it, and she got convinced and she immediately got into the movie. And I think till 2 days back when she saw the movie, and she just told me, thank you so much for giving me that call, because I think this is one of the best movies I have done in my career, she said. She's a brilliant actress, and you'll see her performance again in the movie, because she's playing a teacher, or a teacher character pandranga. How she carries that role with a lot of elegance and maturity, because it's not this romance which you would see like or baby love mari irukadu. It's a very mature romance between two people, and very the whole approach is very mature. So I think she's carried it off brilliantly. Her character is throughout the movie, and climax she has an important role to play, and she's done a great job.
So you've done films like Jeeva and Vanilla Kabadi Kuru. Will you say that you have a natural inclination towards sports-based films?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I'm a sports person, so I connect with sports-related movies very easily and quickly, and I want to do a lot of sports films in the future as well. Variety of sports, and sometimes I'm just waiting யாராவது வந்து ஒரு ஜாலியான ஒரு ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் கதை சொல்லுவாங்களா அப்படின்னு எதிர்பார்த்துட்டே இருப்பேன். I have listened to one. I'm just seeing how I take it. But the sports film, they have this tendency of inspiring people, and I think that is the biggest thing that you take away from a sports film. So I think I want to do films which inspire a lot of people, and something positive for them to take away. So I'm just waiting for such kind of scripts. Yeah.
Talking about Jeeva, it spoke about an important aspect of caste in cricket. So when filmmakers tend to make such films, they're often criticized for being very casteist, when what they're actually doing is anti-caste. What is your take on that?
You see, whatever is shown is there in the society, not now, for years and years and hundreds and thousands of years. So you want to bring about a change, and see why everybody criticizes a movie sometimes is because they think that movies are a medium that can bring about a lot of change. And how can the filmmakers be so irresponsible is what most of the reviewers complained about. So when such filmmakers try to make films on issues, again there is some other criticism to it. So I mean, you have to take one side, right? I feel that these kind of movies are important, but it should not always be about caste, because there are a lot of other problems in the society as well. So we should show other problems as well. But yeah, definitely this division among people based on caste has been there for ages and ages, and I think it should not be. We all are equal. We all deserve all the opportunities equally.
You've had a lull after Indranettu Naalai. Do you think Ratsasan will be your comeback?
I got Velanonthata Velakaran, which was my biggest hit till date. So for me, that changed my life. After that, there was a couple of movies like Maaviran Kittu was a good content, which again there were external factors, mainly like there was Varda, a cyclone that time, and a lot of incidents happened, which didn't allow the movie to take a run at the box office at all. The first 5 days I think it was continuously raining, huge cyclone all over. And then there was Kathanayagan, which has a long story to it. So I don't want to bore people with my story. Yeah, it didn't do that well at box office, but it made me the person, the actor I am today. And I think it's because of Kathanayagan I did a movie like Ratsasan. So sometimes some movies do okay for you in terms of box office, but they give you so much of confidence as a person, as an actor, that they change you for the next movies. So now, yeah, I'm very confident. Ratsasan will again, bring back the faith.
What are your thoughts on heroism? Do you think a change is in the offing of writing a hero?
There's already a change. I don't think idukku mela da nadakka podungiradhu. I think already even the biggest of stars have come to a position where they want to do very subtle and very realistic movies. So there's a change already. Heroism பண்ணலாம், அது நியாயமா இருக்கணும், தேவையில்லாமல் இருக்கக்கூடாதுங்கிறது அவங்களுக்கும் இன்னைக்கு, ஐ மீன் ஹீரோஸ்க்கும் அதை தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. ஸோ ஐ திங்க், பட் எண்ட் ஆஃப் த டே யூ வாண்ட் டு see somebody on screen who probably நீங்கள் பண்ணாதது ஒருத்தர் பண்ணுறாருன்னா நீங்கள் சந்தோஷப்படுவீங்க. அதுதான் அப்படி தான் நம்மளாம் வளர்ந்துருக்கோம். why we connect with a lot of people on screen, இது என்னால் பண்ண முடியல, தட்டி கேட்க முடியல, இவன் கேட்குறானே, அந்த ஒரு சந்தோஷம் நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் இருக்கும் ஆடியன்ஸாக. So heroism will not die, but heroism will be there as long as people are able to connect to it, and it's justified and it's necessary. அது பண்ணும்போது அது என்றைக்குமே இருக்கும். தேவையில்லாத இடத்துல பண்ணால் ஆடியன்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் டென்ஷன் ஆகுறாங்க. அப்படி தான் இருக்குது நிலைமை.
Also, a number of female-centric films are being made right now. How do you look at this?
Very good. I think I'm very happy. இப்போ நீங்கள் even in my poster design, நீங்கள் அமலா பால் மேடமோட பேர் பார்ப்பீங்க. I insisted to them that it should be there, because like I told you, I feel everybody is equal. So I feel there's no difference in genders as well, and I'm very happy to see that change happening. So like I told you, a lot of changes have already started coming in, and it's very positive, because filmmakers who had exclusive stories, superb stories for women, were being sidelined before. Now movies have started doing well, women oriented movies. There is definitely a huge audience for it, and movies should have all sort of varieties. அப்போ தான் it will be a nice library. இப்போ நீ ஜஸ்ட் ஒரே மாதிரி படங்கள் எடுத்துகிட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னா லைப்ரரியே இருக்காது. டு go 10 years down the line and want to watch something na, ஒரே மாதிரி வந்திருக்கு அப்படின்ற ஆகிடும். There have to be a lot of different movies, and அந்த விதத்தில் women centric movies these days are doing fabulously well, and hats off to all the heroines who initiated these. இல்லை வேணாம், நான் ஒரு நல்ல சம்பளம் வாங்கிட்டு பெரிய ஹீரோ படத்தில் நடிச்சுட்டு போகிறது அது போதும் எனக்கு அப்படின்னு நினைக்காம, they have sometimes tried to compromise their salaries and do these movies, because the movies have to work at box office, and great. I think slowly this thing will change. Very nice.
So tell us about your upcoming projects.
So upcoming projects for me after this will be Silkvarpatti Singham after Ratsasan. So I was just waiting for quite a bit because of Ratsasan. I wanted Ratsasan to release first. I play a total contrast cop in my Silkvarpatti Singham, out and out funny cop who is a constable. So I wanted the serious cop to come out first. And then I have a film with Prabhu Solomon sir called Kardan, and I'm debuting in direct Telugu with that. It's called Aranya. அதுக்கப்புறம் எழில் சரோட ஜகஜால கில்லாடின்னு ஒரு படம் பண்ணுறேன். ஆல்மோஸ்ட் முடிச்சிட்டேன், and dubbing போயிட்டுருக்கு. Then I have another movie in own production. About 50% shoot is over with a newcomer. It's a rural flick which everybody will probably find it very nice, family oriented. And there are a few other scripts I have zeroed on, which will again have content as well as the other side of it, which is I say a commercial side to it. And also there's a movie pending called Idam Porulaval, me and Vijay Sethupathi. So we all are waiting for it for a long time, and I'm very sure after Sandokoli 2 comes out, the makers of the movie will definitely come out with this movie. So this is the lineup so far, and I'm really excited. Got to play a lot of different characters for the first time. So நான் 10 வருஷத்தில் 10 படம் பண்ணேன், 9 வருஷத்தில் இப்போது 2 வருஷத்தில் 10 படம் பண்ண போகிறேன். So that's how I look at it. It was not easy. It took me a lot of patience and a lot of perseverance and a lot of learning to come to this place, and I'm sure I'm going to learn even more and come up with some good content for the audiences.
How is it being a producer and an actor in a film?
It's nice, but sometimes it's கொஞ்சம் டென்ஷனாகவும் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா you have to look into a lot of aspects while you're acting as well. ஸோ ஒரு சின்ன பதட்டமும் இருக்கும், இந்த டைரக்டர் கரெக்டாக பண்ணுறாரா, இல்லை செலவு ஜாஸ்தி ஆயிருமோ, இல்லை பட்ஜெட்டுக்குள்ளே போகுதா. அதே மாதிரி யூ ஹாவ் டு assemble a project properly. So your thoughts and director's thoughts have to match. So when you are an actor, just go in as a hero, do your work and come back. So when you're a producer, you have to look into a lot of other aspects. But sometimes, it's a plus also, because you can make your own movie.
Will you ever become a director?
No, not at all. I think there's a lot of brain and a lot of பேஷன்ஸ். பேஷன்ஸ் கூட சொல்ல மாட்டேன், க்ரியேட்டிவிட்டி ரொம்ப தேவை. நான் ஒரு விஷயத்தை அனலைஸ் பண்ணி கரெக்டாக தப்பா, இல்லை என்ன தப்பு என்ன கரெக்டு சஜஷன்ஸ் கொடுப்பேன். பட் ஒரு விஷயத்தை க்ரியேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு உண்டான மைண்ட் ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் ஐ ஹேவ். So a director is basically a creator, so I don't think I have that mindset, and so I don't think I will ever get into that behind the camera. But again, life, I never thought I'll become an actor, I never thought I'll become a producer. It all just happened. So I will not say, what I realize is never say never. But at this point of time, if you ask me, I have no plans at all.
You mentioned that you sometimes get creatively involved. So are there a few things that you say no to? Do you have like a few principles for acting?
I try to stay away from any comment which might be on body, like body shaming. I don't want to mouth those dialogues. I want to stay away from as much of violence, instigating anything that instigates violence in a person. I want to stay away from it. Physical or mental violence, anything. And then I want to get away from people that influences youngsters in the wrong way. There are certain times in life when you have to compromise, on certain things. But I know my limitations. I know till where I can compromise, and I know till where I can't. So I am very sure when I listen to a script, when I know that I can't compromise so much, I straight away say no.